Haruki Murakami, a Japanese contemporary writer, reflected that death, quote, is not the opposite of life, but a part of it, end quote. Now, but for musician Promise Ilerioluwa Aloba, a.k.a. Mohbad, death at 27 is one that should be scrutinized. Protesters who proceeded to the Lekki toll gate for the Lagos procession, which had taken place at Muri Okunola Park, were dispersed by police tear gas. Now, the police had previously begged the protesters to go home before the tear gas was released into the air. The procession, which took place earlier, was to honor the life of the deceased Mohbad. The artist's passing has attracted the high and mighty. An autopsy on Mohbad's corpse by police is awaiting result. All hands on deck. But before we continue, please, let's see some sights and sound of peaceful protest and procession in honor of the deceased musician.
Justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad.
Justice for Mohbad.
Justice for Mohbad.
Justice for Mohbad.
Justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad.
I call on all influencers, I call on all business people in Nigeria to come together and make sure that his child and his wife and his parents are taken care of.
Let us spoil his legacy. Please, if you love him, please go home.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna take guys, they shoot like guys. See, this thing is becoming. See, as people they roll good. See. Yeah, person.
All right. The sights and sounds of the procession eulogizing the late musician. From what I've seen now, the gentleman had a near cult following.
I won't say cult following, but young people in our country have responded to the painful circumstances of his death. Mm-hmm. You know, you cannot deny that Afrobeat occupies a prominent place on the Nigerian landscape. And being one of the talented Afrobeat stars in our country, There's no way this boy will die in the way he died. And you won't see people saddened and protesting. No one is saying a particular person killed him. But the videos that were released after his death showed that this boy was being harassed, was in distress, and that is what has angered many people and prompted them to come out. Because this is a death that they could have, that we all as a nation could have avoided.
Yeah.
So that is the thing. It's the painful manner of his death that has got people
enraged.
Look, something. How do you go to a video shoot with armed men bearing cutlasses and say, look, this boy will not leave this place today? I mean, because of what? Because he left a label? So this boy his sobriquet is Marley, which is light.
Light, yeah.
He has now shone the light on the nasty things happening within the Nigerian music space. Cultism, excessive drug use, you know?
And substance abuse.
Yes, that was what I mean. Okay, substance abuse, not even excessive drug use. Substance abuse is rampant, and cultism, we have seen now that cultism is rampant. And then label owners ill-treating
artists.
I think they took it to an unbearable level with this boy. Yeah. Because we've seen some of those who try to justify the misunderstanding between him and the label owner. I've asked them, we've seen people leave labels.
Yeah.
We never saw a situation in which an individual would lead a band of people carrying cutlasses.
You remember we had been there before. You remember the late Chief Abioro?
Yes, and Sonny Ade.
By the way, Sonny Ade is 77 years old. I greet him. So we've been there before.
Yes, but no one went to the extent that this boy, the extent that they went with this boy. Why carry cutlass to go and disrupt his video shoot? Why insist that he must return home? He said he doesn't want to stay there anymore. I don't want to smoke ganja anymore.
Yeah.
What is Indian hemp? That some of our people are behaving like Indian hemp that we do. They also smoke Indian hemp that they can't live. And look at how it's a time bomb. The way people take to India, you see, young girls, everybody smoking Indian hemp. Just a bunch of crazy people smoking. What is in it? And you are now even making it look like a culture in our in the entertainment sector that the people who don't smoke, they are not reasonable people.
So we must blame the likes of late Victor Wyfer, who never smoked or drank in his life.
They were extremely talented.
Yeah.
He could play the guitar like anybody.
Yeah. So where's the talent? How do you show the talent without enhancements?
No, but it is not possible. Sonny Ade does not smoke and does not drink. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be a drunkard to be a good musician. You don't have to take to drugs to be a good musician. But the point that we are making, and what has prompted all of this anger, is the fact that this death could have been avoided.
All right, it is quickly. Ola is calling from Lagos here. Ola, good evening to you. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Let me greet Babajide Zitoju and the other guest.
The other Jide. There are two Babajides.
I really appreciate your contribution to the issue of Mohbad.
Thank you.
What I just want to say is that the police should investigate. There is more to the death of that guy, more than what we are hearing. If they do thorough investigation, you hear that many heads will roll. Even some people outside that industry who are the godfather to the drug whatever. And the second one is that most of our youth, they do overdo. Let me say overdo.
Yeah.
After they've completed the possession, some people still go to Lexington Gate and start shouting. Sometimes they will say police are harassing them. Our youth should learn when to stop and when to.
It should be law abiding.
That's it.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Ola, thank you very much.
Very valid.
Yeah.
Very valid.
There was no point remaining there and being an obstruction to traffic.
No.
It makes no sense.
No.
Do your peaceful protest
And
and
go.
leave.
Yeah. Jide Obafemi, you know, the youth, they say they lack restraint. Sometimes you wonder if the vehicles they drive have brakes. If you understand what I mean.
Yes. And you know, presently within the Gen Z generation, because of the use of social media and all that, they are always try to think they are a step ahead. Most times they don't listen to advice and all that. We have brilliant ones.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
very matured ones.
Yeah.
But many of them are already used to this substance abuse that you were talking about with BKO the other time. I was watching a video on WhatsApp yesterday, and you know, some girls were rounded up and they were at the police station, maybe it's police station or the civil defense station.
Facility,
Yeah, and they were being asked, they were holding sachets of beverages. I won't mention the name now. That has been, you know, they will cut it, they will mix Igbo.
Heaven knows what.
Yes, they call it Igbo. They just mix it with it, and then they will serve it back there. And it was being sold.
I hear you dare not go to a party and ask to take a sip from a Coke bottle.
Oh, God helping you that day.
Oh, yeah.
God just accept your soul, especially if you are not used to those substances. And you know, you see it, and it's seriously common among our youth, especially now within the ladies. You don't just see a girl and think there's nothing wrong with them or they are just normal.
Yeah.
You don't, when you sit with them, even what they are doing.
You think there's innocence written all over her?
Looking very innocent. But just there, collect their phone, open it and see what they are doing.
Oh,
and I have a Facebook friend who was reporting that her son used to go to someone else's house to read with another person's son, and that these were 13-year-old children, and that they had seized their phone from them. But her son used to go with his own phone, and that the guy will quickly beg the boy to allow them watch porn.
It's a sign of the times. A sign of the times. Right?
It is, but I think...
But now let's go to it. Now, this guy's death at 27 has raised so much dust. Do you expect the police to go the whole hog?
You see, because of the circumstances surrounding the death of Mohbad, not only the police, the DSS they have been called in, and I think they should go all out to fish out and get us the reason why he died.
All right. Sorry, we are joined by another Ola, this time from Abeokuta. Ola, good evening to you. Welcome. Fola, I'm sorry.
Good evening.
Yeah, Fola Abeokuta, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very fine. Good evening. Well done.
Okay.
I just want to appreciate Mr. Jide Ositoloju. You are really doing a great job.
Thank you, Paula.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, the fact, the one thing I love about you is that you always say the truth. It's as if you are reflecting what your name is all about.
Thank you.
Because I recommend journalists hang out to people in my office, and I always told them that there's this man. What you will hear from him is pure truth and nothing but the truth.
All right, quickly, Fola, you.
God bless you.
Yeah, Fola, before you run away, what word do you have for the now generation, the Gen Z? Is she there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Fola, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. What I actually want to say is that we the youth of nowadays, we should learn to, to take things step by step.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We should learn to take things step by step. You should not don't just jump because you are looking for fame or you are looking for speed money. I don't know how to put it more than that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. Yeah.
Yes.
So the police and the respective agencies involved should go the whole hog.
Yes, they should.
At least for once.
For once, and that they should prove at least their integrity in this case. Bring it out, bring the investigation, bring the reports out. Let us see.
Whoever should be punished.
Should be punished, should be brought to book.
And be seen to be punished.
Yes, because this guy is a huge lot of talent. He's a bundle of talents. You know, after his death, I didn't really know him. I know his songs and all that, but I don't know that he was Mohbad and all that. But after his death, listening to him, listening to his lyrics, you will know, you will hear. This guy is a star, or was a star, while he was alive. You know, presently now he's breaking records in death.
Oh.
He's presently.
Let me even take it further. His track, Peace, has secured a prominent spot on the esteemed Billboard charts. That song has claimed the #2 position.
Yes.
Only trailing Gravity's track, Ready or Not, and even surpassing American rapper Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yes.
Really?
In addition to that, he has dominated this week's top 10 chart with 2 other songs.
Yes.
His tracks, Feel Good and Ask About Me, have also secured the 5th and 8th positions respectively. Peace was released in September 2022 and became an instant hit then. So he's also making waves on the Apple Music Top 100 chart in Nigeria. 6 of his songs currently occupy the top 10 spots.
Wow.
So
on the Billboard.
On the
Apple Music.
Top
Okay.
100.
Yes.
Okay.
So what this means, people are streaming his songs tremendously. A lot of money will be made by him in death.
Yes.
And don't forget, he sang a song in which he said, I could be more famous in death because heaven is the residence.
You said so a while back. Yeah.
Yes. So he kept talking about death as if he knew it was coming. And somebody who took him abroad recently said that even while in the U.S., he kept saying, give me a bodyguard, give me bodyguards. Nobody knows what these people said to him. Maybe they told him that no matter how long we are going to get you, we'll make sure that you die. So he kept talking about death. Look at that song in which he said enemies were following him. That Majekomu even if it's diamond it. That even if
Don't let them catch
don't
you.
let me catch me.
Okay.
It's the enemy where they follow me. Majekomu even if not diamond it. That they should not let those enemies catch him. And he kept singing.
Yeah, Jide, quickly, what do you say about the claims and counterclaims following his death?
You see, claims, people are coming out to talk. A lot of things, we see a lot of things on social media now, and even those who were alleged are now talking from their hideouts and all that. But in all this, I am sure that the police, the DSS will be able to wrap their hands around the cause of his death. For me, the guy was, and this is my opinion, I think the guy was almost getting depressed even before he died.
Yeah. He didn't die a happy
No,
man.
he tried to, according to his friend, he even tried to commit suicide a number of times by jumping down from a story building. You know?
All right. Gentlemen, we must go, but let me remind you of the words of a great artist. He said, we have but one life to live. If we live it well, that once is enough. I think this guy lived a good life.
Yes, and he's more famous in death. And, I'm sure that the family that he left behind will not suffer.
May they be consoled.
You heard what Davido was saying, that Nigerians should come together and ensure that his family, his parents, do not suffer. I think that from the look of things, the Senate even sent a representative to meet the mother.
Yes.
Also, I'm convinced that it will be greater in debt and we'll be able to learn a lesson.
And then one quick word for parents. Parenting can be arrested. Because when I heard that the mother abandoned him for a while,
people are saying all kinds of things. That boy did not look like somebody who was not close to his mom.
Okay.
No.
Even from his lyrics. I can't say all kinds of things that they don't know. When these sort of things happen.
And they are behind
he was talking about that daddy me, want to threaten mommy me. He was thinking about, so if he wasn't in touch with his mom, for example, how will he know that his mom was threatened? So families, marriages can break up.
Yeah.
Yes, and somebody will take custody of the son, but that does not mean that he abandoned.
All right, folks, good evening, one and all. Welcome to another edition of Journalist Hangout. It's a Friday, September 29, 2023. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now, on the program today, Attorney General of the Federation, NEC, urged Labour to shelve planned strike as NUPENG threatens to halt fuel supply. I'm hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju, BKO. I greet you. Good evening.
Good evening, Citizen.
We are also joined by Paul Dada. Paul, Happy New Year to you.
Good evening. What should I say?
Okay, so the team is ready. I hope you are. All right, then to our first story. You know, the death of fast-rising musician Iretioluwa Aloba, a.k.a. Mobad, on September 12, 2023, is still attracting the headlines. In the latest development, the police in Lagos have arrested a gentleman, Samson Olamilekon, a.k.a. Sam Larry. He's an associate of the controversial singer, Naira Marley. He is currently assisting the police with ongoing investigation into the sudden death of Mobad. In investigations, when you eliminate the impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, must be the truth, Jide.
Yes, we're interested in the truth, and the truth is being approached in different angles, from different angles. There is the autopsy that has been done. The result of the autopsy is being awaited. The person who administered anti-tetanus injection on him has also been arrested. Nigerian nurses have come out to say, no, this person is not one of us. It's not a registered nurse and all that. That is one leg of the investigation that the police are interested in. And then the matter of bullying of the artists, which people have seen in form of videos that have gone viral.
Intimidation and all that.
Intimidation, beating. There's a particular video in which he was bleeding on the neck, you know, in front of Naira Marley's house. Naira Marley has not explained how and why that happened. But we've seen him doing some PR through his minders about the fact that he didn't do anything to him. He's not responsible for what has happened to the artist. I don't think that any rational person will pointedly say, oh, Naira Marley is responsible for the death of the artist. But what has angered people is the fact that they saw those videos showing different forms of intimidation and all that, and outright beating of the artist.
The artist, yeah.
Yes. No one can explain how we got to that situation, but it makes his death even more painful, especially given the fact that he also had done a petition, you know, where he mentioned people who are putting his life at risk and all that. So people are emotional because after his death, they started listening to songs showing clearly that he feared for his life, showing clearly that he felt he was being haunted and all that. So these are the reasons people are very interested in how this matter is resolved. Are interested in the content of the investigation, I mean the report of police investigation. And all that. And I was reading Sam Larry today, where he said that the reason he had that brawl with him during that video shoot was because he gave him $2 million to come and play at his mother's anniversary, and he took the money but never showed up, explained that he was broke because he had left the Malian label. We are in a situation now where we cannot ask the dead what transpired, or why did you take money and they didn't play. No one is in position to ask those questions, but whatever was the reason,
the fact remains?
The fact remains that Sam Larry led a group of thugs wielding cutlasses to a place where Zlatan Ibile and the late Mohbad were shooting a video. In a country governed by laws, you cannot resort to self-help in that manner.
Gideon, I'm seeing a man in your picture here.
Yes, that's Sam Larry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
His real name is Eletu, but he prefers to be called Sam Larry. So people believe that, oh, because he's Marley's friend, that was why, that was why he was involved in bullying of the artist. And some of the interviews that some artists have had, people like Bella Shmurda, who was his best friend, indicated that the guy got to a point that he wanted to take his own life. He was clearly fed up with life. In so many songs, he kept saying that, look,
more like saying he was pushed.
Yes, that he felt no reason for life anymore because of the constant harassment and the fear for his life. He was even in London, and he told his promoter, please get me a policeman, to be following me around. The guy said, look, you are not in Nigeria. You are safe here. But he was already terrified. So he felt that, look, if he didn't have a policeman around him, that he wasn't sure he won't be killed. So these are the things that have pushed Nigerians to so much pity. They felt that that they could have done something to save him. All of those saying RIP today, showing pity. They knew, especially those in the industry, they knew that he was going through hell. But they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. All those songs, you cannot say that those songs had no meaning. When someone keeps saying that, look, Sheba John Malians, then one fema bother me, one threaten mommy me, things like that. He was really telling the story in songs.
Yeah.
But
we didn't quite take heed.
Yes, that is why it's painful. In fact, one of the promoters said, I blame myself for this boy's death. I felt he could have moved further to save him.
Yeah. Which is the problem with a brutal death like this, an avoidable one. Everything coming out tells me that Mohbad's death was avoidable.
Yes, it was avoidable. Just like BK said, from the songs we later heard, many of us didn't hear some of these songs until after his demise. He was expressing what he was going through. He wanted out of a lifestyle that was not very palatable to him. But there was an interview I later watched where he was like saying, I want to change. You understand? I'm changing. Like I'm repenting, sort of. So there was a kind of, that tells me there was a kind of lifestyle that he had when he was with the Malian records.
Yeah.
And He wanted out of it. You understand what I'm saying? And it seems to me that
there was a fight back.
It seems to me that he was a very reserved person who didn't talk too much. So he expressed himself in his music. He wasn't the kind of person that would easily talk to you. Now, but then people that were around him, if they were observant enough, if they loved him enough, maybe they loved him for the heart, maybe they loved him for what they could get out of him. They didn't love him as a person. They didn't see him as a person with challenges, as a human being, as a young boy who was trying to find his way in life, a young boy with some tendencies to be depressed. He was already getting depressed, or was even depressed, and nobody came around him. Nobody was able to assist him.
Paul, I said at the beginning, in investigations, when you remove the impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, must be the truth.
Exactly.
So do you expect the police to get to the root of the matter?
They have no choice. This is a public interest case. And, I heard one person trying to blame the people for being the outrage of the people. So what do you expect? If people were not this outrage, maybe the authorities will not take it seriously as this. You understand? If people were not protesting, if people are not angry, maybe the authorities will not take it seriously. But now we hear of autopsy. The police is giving us updates and all of that. So we expect them to ferry out the truth. How did that young man die? But not only that, not only his death, even his persecution, his maltreatment. Yes. People have to be held responsible for it.
All right, Paul, thank you. But to tell the viewer, our musicians sing with us, they sing for us, they sing about us, they sing our woes, they sing our weaknesses, they sing our strengths. Are we listening to them? Are we really listening to them?